everybody. Welcome to Keeping Up with Cash. I'm your host, Cash Money Morgan, aka Morgan Pagel. So as you know, this is the new and improved 2.0 podcast. We started off in college, and I'm out here now. So for this first episode, I tried recording it a million times by myself, and I hated every single one. So I had to phone a friend, and I have a friend actually interviewing me today. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Alan Taylor III.
How y'all doing?
Welcome to the podcast, Alan.
Thanks for having me.
Alan and I met in college. We're good friends. Freshman year.
2017.
We don't be looking the same. Thank God.
Blew up a little bit. Yeah, still
God.
going.
Oh, man. But all right, Alan will be directing today's question. So Take it away.
Let's get to it. So, I've been knowing you since 2017, going on 5 years now. But just for anybody who doesn't, just tell us a little bit about, Cash Money, Morgan Pagel. Grew up, what you're doing now, college, all of that.
All right, yeah. So I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin. So, I love the Packers, period. But yeah, tough season, I'm not going to lie. Didn't even watch the Super Bowl. Okay, sorry, we're just going to move forward. But I decided to go to college in Missouri at Evangel. I wanted to get out of Wisconsin. I wanted to go somewhere warm. I came to college studying youth ministries, kind of switched around to communication studies and different things. But landed a job right after college, and it's an amazing job. And I'm not in love with Springfield, honestly. I do hope someday I can move to New York or Florida, but I think I am exactly where I need to be right now. Mm-hmm. So I do marketing currently at a metal company. And it's always funny because my friends are like, what do you do? And I'm like, yeah. And nobody really understands, but that's okay because it's lit. I have fun.
It's bringing the bread home.
Yeah, and nobody knows what we make. Literally, we make tank heads for tanks that make your shampoo. Yeah. We're #essential. So.
Try working with Tesla or something like that?
Oh, yeah, we work with, I don't know if I can talk about it.
Okay, my bad. Hey.
It was SpaceX. I'm just Yeah. But Cash Money, that kind of came from, I needed a new Instagram username when I was younger. I know everyone's always like, Cash Money Morgan, who do you think you are, No,
that is who you are.
I know, people are like, is that a stripper name? I'm like, no. I mean, if you want to give me money, I'm not going to decline it. But no, it was really, I needed an Instagram name when I was in 7th grade. And back then Vine was amazing. And so on Vine, there was a girl named Cash Money Morgan with a C. And so I went on Instagram. That one was taken. The whole K thing became popular. So I did Cash Money Morgan. And I remember I was in high school and people would be like, what's up, Cash? What's up? I loved it. And then my Sweet 16, I had a cash-themed birthday. As a half Latina, you would think a quinceañera or maybe something girly. No, we had a money piñata. It was lit. I'm not going to lie.
So it's always been fitting.
It's always been,
been around the cash.
I think I'm a goofy person, so it fits me.
Hey, run with it.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it was created. And then it just kind of blew up. Keeping Up with Cash was the podcast. And, everything, it kind of works. And
so if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was around sophomore year you started Keeping Up with Cash. So, and then we're here back now in 2022. What's your plans for the project? Tell us, what you're expecting and where you want it to go and whatever else you want to tell us about it.
Yeah. So basically how the podcast started was I'm a communication major. So at some point you have to do a radio workshop. And I wasn't in that class yet. A friend of mine was, and she just asked me to join her one night. And I remember the minute I got behind that mic, it was my world changed. And it was just an adrenaline rush I had never experienced before. And so then I started volunteering, and that's when Keeping Up with Cash started. And I just started interviewing athletes and different people. And it was really cool on campus. And then that summer, I actually worked for 99.5 KADI and was the co-morning host with KC. I was producer Morgan and KC on the morning show. And I learned so much, and it was a great experience. And definitely became passionate about it, but it wasn't something that I was like, this is my career. This is a fun hustle for me, and took some time away from myself. But
hey,
I don't know.
Wrong with that.
Yeah, this past year I was like, I really felt like it was on my heart to kind of get it started up again. I feel like I'm meeting a lot of cool people that I would love to interview. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's just, we back, baby.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it. Stay consistent with it, and it'll go wherever you want it to.
Yeah.
So, we talked about podcasting and how, you took a break and now you're back. Has podcasting been something that's always been in your life? Like, when did you get that started and, from there?
Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't honestly really get into podcasting and stuff like that until college. My dad is a musician, and so I've always been used to being behind a mic and stuff like that. And we were always like on the worship team, or we were always messing around and being creative. So it wasn't something that I was afraid of. But it was very cool to have this conversation and just start really diving into stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so I think my vision for keeping up with cash, I'm someone who works 8 to 5, and every day I'm always calling my best friend after work. I'm like, what's up, baby? Like, what's going on? Yeah. And so I think for me, I want this podcast to be like your after work, like, what's up, call, tell me about how your day was. No way, like, this happened. I mean, I'm a weird person. Alan knows. He's like, girl, I know. I mean, I'm like, yeah, I'm tight with my nail guy. My eyebrow lady invited me to go to Sri Lanka with her this week. Okay. Like, we're doing all these crazy, weird things. Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm stressed out. I just got another tattoo. I didn't.
She got another tattoo.
I'm always like exposing myself on these things. But yeah, I think I want this podcast to be a safe space where we can talk about serious topics like, your faith or mental health or eating disorders or heartbreak and all these things. But I also want it to be a super goofy place where maybe we're just like making jokes the whole time, or I interview a Domino's worker when he brings me pizza. I don't know, like just something that's weird and different.
Chill all over the place, have a lot of variety. I like it.
Yeah, I think a lot of podcasts nowadays are just really about like certain topics or really serious or this. And I just want something that you're just never going to expect every week, I
like it.
Thank you.
So talk to me about, we've graduated, what was that, last summer? Moving on?
Yeah.
Talk about that post-grad life, like just, your differences between being in the dorms, being around your friends, almost 24/7 to now you're working at 8 to 5 and you're drained after work trying to find a routine. Like,
Alan's speaking from experience because he's right there with me.
Hey, I'm trying to make that little transition too. Yeah, not gonna lie.
Definitely it was tough. I think for me, my senior year of college, so basically at our college, you're supposed to live in the dorm all 4 years. And my senior year, I lived off campus. And that was honestly the hardest transition. I'm glad I did it because it taught me, like, you have to, get sure you can make that dinner, you got to, like, do your things. You have to space out when you're going to clean the crib, like when you're going to do your laundry. And there were moments where I got really lonely, like every day after 8 o'clock. But I kind of had to deal with that and kind of bounce around it. So now that I'm, graduated and I'm not around campus, I'm already used to it, to be honest. Mm-hmm. And so for me, I don't really get as lonely anymore because, I'm like, well, I'm going to work on podcast stuff. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to hang out with my friends. I usually hang out with my friends every day after work, which is, I need to get better. I'm always tired. So I really need to get, honestly, I'm still learning out here, man. Like, I need to get better. It's definitely a process. And you have to be really intentional with your time.
Yeah.
When you are working corporate and you only have, 2 days of a weekend and so many hours after work, you really got to be intentional with it. And it can definitely be a struggle, but...
Aww. You're using your intentional time to talk with me right now. Making me feel special. How about that?
I wanted to see you. I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
Yeah, but being corporate's cool too. It's lit. So
for sure,
that's
a nice flex. Like right out the gate, corporate. Not everybody's doing that, so that's
right.
That's a cooler flex.
That's right.
Keep that up. Putting on the fits and whatnot. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I do be fitted up. I try to.
No. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because look here, guys. If you know Morgan, she is put it on. Like, she's gonna put the outfit on, and you're gonna see it, and it's gonna be clean. And if she's not showing it off, then something's wrong. So, like, has fashion been in your life like for the entirety, or what? Because every time I've seen you since freshman year, since I've known you, I'm like, man, she's clean. Like, she's not rolling up out of bed. Like, she's putting something on. She's dressing something.
As I'm wearing sweats right now, but they're cute. They're like cute sweats.
No, like, you make it look bougie, you make it look clean. Like, you got a little jewelry on too. Like, you got to let them know that too. Like, come on now.
You hear it? No, I'm playing. Well, it's funny. I do, like, the company I work for, it's, we have a lot of guys, and we have like a shop. Like, we create metal stuff. And I remember telling my boss, I was like, I want you to know, like, I'm a girly girl. Like, I like outfits. And he was like, you know what? No, that's cool. He was like, bring it in. We like that atmosphere. I always believe in dressing for the job that you want, not the one you have.
Absolutely.
And my hair might be a mess, my makeup might be ugly, but you cannot beat my outfit.
Oh, yeah. Talk your talk.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think there's a lot of influencers, like growing up, just watching Disney Channel, all these things. I was always really into picking out my own outfit and being very individualistic and telling my mom, like, no, I'm wearing what I want.
Yeah.
And I mean, for a while, I really missed the mark. But after a while, I really developed my own style, and I thrift shopped a lot. I thrift flipped. Like, I'll buy things and I'll
Thrift flipped?
Yeah, so
Wow.
you buy something
Yeah.
and then you completely change it. I've had my grandma, like, transform different things for me.
That's
and
dope.
That's something that I want to learn how to sew and stuff. And my sister, she's an esthetician. She's always been really about makeup, but I was really about fashion.
Yeah.
And my friends make fun of me because if I'm having a bad day, like I'll drop a bag on like a new bag or new shoes. And I'm like, you know what? If I want to spend my money on clothes, that's my choice. If someone wants to spend their money on car stuff or shoes or animals, like that's their choice.
Right.
And
That's what makes you happy.
yeah, I do think you get a whole kind of confidence too. Like something I learned is if I go to bed looking cute, like if I put on cute pajamas, straight up, it's like serotonin for me. Like I get a confidence boost. I wake up, in like a cute little fit. Then you put on your work outfit. It truly like really looking the part, like trying to look your best. It is such a confidence booster when you walk into a room.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm like, if you're in corporate or wherever job you're in, do what you can to have the most confidence walking into a room because people notice.
Feel well, you perform well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Alan's out here too, though. Like he's not wearing fits and good shoes too. Like
Hey, not every day of the week, but I try to put it on too. It's a
Yeah.
huge confidence thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree
Yeah.
with you for sure. So 2 questions for you. Just we're still gonna talk about the fashion piece.
Okay.
So right now, where is it that you're shopping? Like, where's your go-to? And
All
then
right.
my follow-up question would be, once you get the bag and like it's just to the point where you get whatever you want.
Right.
Where are you shopping at that point as well?
These are great questions, Alan. Because I know Alan's gonna shop there. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I gotta pick your brain. I gotta know.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't agree with a lot of child labor laws, but let me just start with that. But I do be shopping at H&M. So I dabble at Forever 21.
Okay. Just a little dabble.
Ooh,
or what?
for
Like,
work fits,
you
I
walking
do
in
be
or-
like sprinkling at Shein. I know everyone's
Okay.
like, Shein. I know, but I'm like, okay. I do like Express a lot. I do get some pants
Express
from
is hard,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, Express
I don't
is
like
awesome.
the price, but
I don't either, but
Express is nice. I've got like 3 suits from there.
okay, Alan, I had to dab him up for that one because 3 suits, like this guy. Yeah, and then honestly, I do shop just on different websites a lot, like Princess Polly or I love ASOS. I don't know if I said that right, but
ASOS?
Yeah, I love that
ASOS?
one.
Yes,
Honestly, Amazon is my best friend, though.
Really?
I mean, I buy so much stuff from Amazon; it's nuts. But if I had $1 million and I start shopping somewhere,
Here we go.
here we go. Here we go. Honestly, I probably would frequent Coach a lot more. I would still be smart with my money, but I definitely would probably be going to, I don't want to be like Loft, but bougier online websites that I currently don't know the names of
Yeah.
because I don't be shopping there. I do thrift a lot, and I've told myself I could have billions of dollars in the bank account. I'm never going to stop thrifting. That's something that fills my soul. That's
Thrifting is
something
fun.
that it's so fun.
It is.
And I love vintage stuff.
Yeah.
And it's never going to go out of style.
It's
ever.
something about like just finding that vintage piece that
Yeah.
like nobody else, like that someone else looked over, but
Right.
you found it, and you're like,
Yeah.
wow, this is here. Like this is for
It's
me.
special
Like, come
because
on.
you found it.
Like literally, I went to a little thrifticon thing in Houston, sat in the line for like 30 minutes. But when I tell you, it was just full of gems all
Yeah.
over the place. Like I literally was
Yeah.
a kid in a candy shop at the thrifticon event.
Hey, honestly,
Yeah.
TFTI. I'm just kidding. No, but for real, like some of my favorite shirts ever I've thrifted, and that's something to be said about that. So, and it's good for the environment. It's like recycling
It is.
clothes. I mean, I'm 100% big supporter of that. So,
For sure. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead and drop that plug. Morgan's for the environment, everyone.
Morgan's eco-friendly. You heard it here first, folks.
Let's do it. Okay, so we're in February now, 2 months in. Recapping on 2021, what was like the craziest experience, whether it was like with your friends, your family, or what? Like, just tell us about some crazy time
All right.
last year.
Well, Alan already knows that I'm wild, so I've definitely had a couple of crazy experiences. But I would say the top experience was when I saw Glass Animals in September. And I know you guys know my favorite song in the whole world is like Heat Waves, and I liked it.
Sing it.
I liked it before TikTok. It's like sometimes all I think about is you. Yeah. Well, anyways, so me and a couple girls, we went to this concert. And we had like $12 tickets to like the boonies, we were like way in the back. And we, it was the security was kind of intense. Like we had to have like a negative COVID test. There was security everywhere. So we're walking back to like our super far backyard seats. And as we're walking, like we stop by this gate. My friend is like, hey, like honestly, the view is way better here. Let's just stay here. I'm like, okay. And so, after a while, we're like, man, too bad we can't get into GA. Like it's right over there. And security is all around, but all of a sudden, like everyone, like they kind of walk away, and this guy hops a fence and runs into GA. And the next thing I know, another person's doing it, like another person. And my friend turns to me and she's like, bro, we have to hop the fence. And I'm like, dude, I'm in this short dress, bro. If I hop the fence, like I'm showing everybody like what I got going on. Yeah. She's like, oh, come on. And I'm like, well, there's two of us. Like we can't both hop the fence at the same time. And so we're sitting there for 20 minutes, and after a while, I don't know what came over me, if it was like my alter ego or something, but I didn't even like tell anybody what I was gonna do. I was just sitting there, and I was like, and I just hopped the fence, and I start running into the crowd. I'm like running. And I didn't even like stop when I got in. The security lady, she's like, get back here, young lady. I just like was running for my life, And so I finally get into like the middle of GA, and I'm like on the ground, like crouching. I'm like, can I just hide here for a second? Like I'm trying to hide from security. I just hopped the fence. Man. And these people, they were like, oh, it's okay. Like you're so cute. Like, oh my gosh, you hopped the fence. You're so crazy. And so we introduced ourselves, and I'm like, I'm Morgan. And then they were like, I'm so-and-so, I'm so-and-so, I'm so-and-so. And they all had the same last name. Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting here, and I was like, oh, okay, like, are you guys like siblings? Like, you guys are married?
Yeah, so this is like boy, girl.
Yeah, so girl, two guys. Okay. And they were like, no, we're all married. Mm. And the woman was too stunned to speak. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys were a throuple. I said, so I just hopped the fence to my favorite concert, and I met a throuple. That feels like, I think I broke two bucket list items.
Yeah. What's that experience like? I mean, I'm sure it's like normal conversation, but it's just like something you're thinking about in the back of your head.
It's like crazy.
These three people are married to each other.
I'm like, this girl back two guys, and I can't even get a text back. Like
what's going on here?
It was wild. Yeah. It was a crazy concert, and honestly, it was one of the best nights of my life. And so, if you ever have the opportunity, ask for forgiveness, not permission, and hop that fence.
Go to that concert. You definitely will never know who you're going to meet.
That's right.
What an interaction right there. Speaking of interactions, you're out of college.
Wow,
you're working.
What a smooth intro to that question. Hey. Speaking of talking to boys. I'm just kidding.
No, we're going to hop into it.
Oh, no.
The streets need to know. Like, this was one of the highly requested questions to ask.
Oh, no.
What's the scene like? What's the dating life balancing, with work, the 8 to 5? The time is intentional, as you said.
That's right.
Just talk to us about the dating life, the streets, whatever you want to, whatever it is you want to give us.
Alan's just happy because he's not the one having to answer this question. I mean, honestly, I think this summer I really focused on myself and like healing and just getting kind of like mentally right and detaching. And then it definitely is hard 8 to 5. I think it's hard to meet people. I literally like am the youngest person at my job, and that's cool. I don't mind it, but I'm not meeting anybody like at work then. It is hard being out of college. I feel like for me, it's a Springfield problem. Like the minute I leave Springfield, I meet all these people that are like my type, and we have the same mindset, and like they're in their bag, I'm in mine. And I come back here, and I'm like, dang, where they at? Like, I don't know. So I don't know. I hate today's culture where it's like hookup culture, and everything is super like non-personal, and I'm just not like that. So I think I'm just like pretty low key and
chilling. Ain't nothing's wrong with it.
Chilling. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Probably come when it comes, and if it doesn't,
let it come to you.
I'll just try to, go to like a lot of trips. I'll just own my own private jet and fly myself around the world.
Go wherever, whenever. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, I'm really chilling. Nothing's really going.
Okay. Yeah. So she says, "All right, streets. Like nothing's going on." She's focusing on herself. She's glowing up. Okay, she's getting ready for hot girl summer.
In the streets defense, I'm a picky person. Yeah. Like I do have like, standards, and I'm not like gonna let anybody just take me on a date.
Yeah.
So I mean, there have been like some dudes, but I just like, I don't know, they just haven't met the Cash Money standard.
Yeah. Hey, dude, step the game up. Get to Cash's level.
Yeah.
Get to Cash's level.
That like made my heart cringe.
But man, all right, so keeping up with Cash, keeping up with the Kardashians. We're talking about relationships, so I want to know, I feel like you're into the news and whatnot. Your opinion on this Kanye West, Kim Kardashian situation. Like, what do you make of it? Like, it's pretty weird.
I think it's really hard to comment on it because, you know, it's a whole family situation. Yeah. And, you know, Kanye, it's openly, you know, known that this man struggles with bipolar. And, right. You know, I have no idea what goes on with them behind closed doors. I just think, from my seat, you know, in the movie theater, from me watching this whole thing go down, yeah. I'm like, I'm sure, you know, Kanye's been acting out with all these different girlfriends and all this stuff. And, you know, I'm like, Kim's trying to live her best life. She just wants somebody to cuddle with and watch, you know, Euphoria like the rest of us. But I also think, you know, as Kanye being a dad of 4 kids, like, I don't know, I feel for him. Like, I don't know. I think I can be kind of crazy sometimes in those Instagrams. I'm like, well.
Like, what are you doing? Like, what's happening in all caps? It's like, did I miss something? Like, is somebody going to get hurt or what? It's just,
you will never be my kids. Like, that's so,
hey, I'm not going to lie. Last night I turned on the post notifications. I'm like, this is entertaining.
I hit that follow so hard.
I did have to hit the follow. Like, man,
yeah. I don't know. I think it'd be so hard to go through like a public breakup, especially when you've been married and have so many kids and you're a huge artist. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like Pete Davidson seems cool, but I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not one of those girls that's like, oh, Pete Davidson. Like the girls are like Jack Harlow, Pete Davidson. I'm not really like, I'm like, what? So I think that would be tough. And they were friends and that must suck, but I don't know. It's definitely getting me through my day though.
Right.
Like seeing all those posts.
It's very entertaining to say the least. But man, just in terms of social media, like who is it that you're following? Who is it that you're looking at? Like on TikTok, what kind of content? Are there any like content creators you're like, oh, such and such dropping?
So like, what's like motivating me, kind of like moving me through my day?
Who's the people that are making you know wake up, go to the gym, do what you're doing, going to work, and then being productive?
I don't know that. I haven't really been in the gym, so probably should watch a motivational podcast on that. Great question. Honestly, I'm really fascinated by strong women who are in the corporate field. I do follow a lot of women on TikTok who are big like entrepreneurs or like in similar fields as me, like in Chicago, and they have their own apartment and they're in their bag and they're living their best life. And I'm always trying to learn how to grow in more of that corporate setting. Yeah. Like I want to learn how to be the best I can be, and I'm constantly want to like level up and level up and level up. Okay, celebrity wise though, Rihanna's my queen. She's been my queen.
Okay,
that's
Ben.
someone that
just let him. It's Ben, yeah.
Ben, and now she's pregnant with A$AP Rocky's babies, and
oh my gosh.
And I mean, I think for her, I think she's somebody who has been hurt in the past and all these things, and she is just like a shining light to me, and so I love her in that sense. But you know, I do follow like Sadie Robertson or you know other people who are just like in their bag and doing their thing, and to me it's encouraging. And I'm like, yeah, I would love to be someone who's younger and super successful in their job and is able to do things in the community and give back and make a difference in this world. That's my biggest thing is
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, definitely you've dealt with like some roadblocks and challenges faced, you know, to get to where you are today. What is there a specific thing or topic that you would like to leave behind in the past and, you know, move forward from, grow?
It's funny because Alan has been like rocking with me through all these tough times. He knows exactly what like I've been through. But I mean, yeah, I think 2020 was hard for everybody, you know, COVID year. And then 2021 was this weird like middle space. I definitely struggled with a lot of different things, different heartbreaks, different just all kinds of different things. I did even have like medical issues start. I have like really bad stomach issues and acid reflux, and it's almost like you have morning sickness except you're not pregnant. I like wake up sometimes and I'm like, what? I like be throwing up and it sucks. And you know, I have gotten like medical help and I'm on some good medicine, but you know, it's a whole thing. And I think within the past 2 years, I really learned to kind of cling to God. And in those lonely moments, like he you feel like you're all alone and people have hurt you and no one, how could they do this to me? And, God's like, I'm never going to leave you. So the biggest things I've learned really is I'm not going to try to make people do what I want them to do. I'm just going to take them for who they are. And when it comes to self-worth, I think that's something that you have to really, sometimes you have to be hurt. You have to, hit bottom in order to, get back up. And I think for me, it's something that I had to experience in order to get where I am today. Yeah. And I definitely do value myself, but I still struggle, and I'm still getting there.
That's real, though. Yeah. You've acknowledged it. You made the proper steps to move forward, and you're going. You're doing your thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
on some real stuff, though. And
I definitely have a higher standard for myself, and I have a higher standard. I have a high standard when it comes to men or friends or different things. And some people are like, "Oh, I don't have that," and I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. That's your choice, and this is my choice." So, yeah. But I am very excited about 2022. I think there's so many big things happening. I'm very hopeful that this COVID stuff dies down. But it just feels like a whole new stage of life, and it's a whole new book, and it's super exciting. I mean, I don't know how you feel.
Yeah, it's a new year, brand new year, new opportunities. I'm big on writing things down and manifesting, and I'm hoping I'm accomplish all my goals and goals that I didn't even set for myself. I hope I reach. So
it's so important to write those things down and speak them into existence.
Absolutely.
Because then you're literally telling yourself, this is what I'm going to achieve, and that's huge. People don't, you don't need crystals and stuff, but
you get it. Yeah,
you just speak that thing into
just
existence.
Something symbolic. Yeah.
Whether
it's the tongue or writing it down, whatever it may be. Get it in.
That's right.
Over here dropping gems in the chat.
Alan's dropping it.
Okay, so you talked about having high standards and things like that. Do you have any icks or anything that just turns you off?
I mean, for sure. I know you probably be having icks too.
Everybody's got some icks.
Right.
If they don't want to talk about it or not.
I literally am weird. We always talk about this. You could go to any girl's phone and you go to the Notes app, and she's got all kinds of thing in there. I have a list of icks, a list of reasons why not to text somebody. I have a list of inventions I want to create.
Okay.
Lotion, bug spray. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. I got all these different lists, and I have a list of icks. Just gonna say a few. One of them definitely, when guys wear too long of basketball shorts. Yes, immediately no. Yeah. Immediately no.
It's not 2013, 2014 anymore.
No. Come on. Also, I'm a words person, so I don't know if it's because my parents called each other this, but I don't like when guys are like, "What's up, cutie? What's up, sweets, babes?"
Sweets.
Yes. How's it going, sweets? I just to me, it's just not, I don't know. Maybe I'm I like to be called what's up? That's my girl. That's my woman. She's fine. She's hot. That's, I don't know. That's a personal thing, but I don't know.
Hey, the right man's listening right now. Just know. Wait, Morgan's over Alan, here acting like a dude and stuff, doing these little hand gestures and little movements. I'm like, oh, shoot.
I can't even help it. All right, Alan, what are some of your icks?
Oh, man.
All right, females, turn up.
You gotta have some fresh breath, of course. There's been instances I'm like, hey, bro, what's going on? No, for me, I don't want to be judged, bro, but I like somebody that's clean shaven. I'm not really into the hairy arms and things like that.
You like what you like, man.
Yeah, the teeth have to be damn near straight as a board. I feel like I have high standards, high aspirations like yourself, and that's a few. We're not talking about.
Alan's like, yikes, next episode. Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, there are things that are just icky. I don't really, I don't even know. I'm trying to think of.
There's icks. Everyone has icks. Whether you like it or not. Don't even listen and act like.
There was this one ick. This is the last one, I swear. I was on this date once, and literally, I think it's cute when a guy opens a door for a girl. It's a gentleman type. It's awesome. So I think it's cute when a guy opens my car door. But one time I was on this date, and this guy opened my car door, and I was like, oh, this is so sweet, little sweet guy. But then when we parked, he locked me in the car, got out of his door, went to my door, unlocked the car, opened the door. And I was like, look, man, I'm way independent woman for this stuff. I can open my own car door. It was sweet, but immediately no.
Much for you?
Immediately no. There was not a second date. So, I mean, that wasn't the reason why, but I mean, I don't know.
For sure. All right, so question for you. So we let's say we go down the road, we're manifesting, keeping up with cash pops
Mm-hmm.
off, you're getting a lot of money coming in. We talked about the fashion earlier and everything like that, but like you're famous.
Ooh.
What's that first big purchase gonna be? Is it gonna be clothing or car?
Dang, my dad has just drilled. I gotta pay up those student loans, bro.
No, like look, we're
That's the
far
first
ahead.
thing.
Like you're cutting ads and you're working with companies and making TikToks and stuff. Like
shoot.
the loans are gone. Like
Okay.
Like, what's the big gift? Are you buying your mama a crib? Are you buying like a Ferrari? What's it gonna be? A nice
Well,
Birkin bag? Like,
I'm not the best driver on the block, so my dream car would be like a Maserati, but I'm not really sure if. Thank you. I think for me, I honestly would just travel a ton. I'd probably be going to like all the concerts, traveling a ton. I would be going all over the world. But if I just had bukus, maybe I'd buy a boat. I'm honestly really into boats, so a boat, or maybe I'd buy a nice car. I don't know. Yeah.
no, a car for sure. Like when I think I have to get a car,
Oh, really?
like a Rolls, a Lamborghini,
Sheesh.
something like that.
See, I'm getting this Maserati, and I'm still gonna hit the curb, and that's embarrassing.
That's okay though. You worked to hit the curb. You deserve to hit the
working that
curb.
curb.
Just don't hit it too hard, like to the point where like it's in the shop and you can't hit the curb anymore. But like just slightly hit that curb with
Right.
confidence.
Let me just tap it.
Like,
I
yeah,
mean-
I earned that. Yeah, for sure.
I earned that curb. That's hilarious.
So you did say you like to travel. Talk to me about like your travel experience, your travel life.
Yeah.
Any significant places you've been to in the past? Where do you want to go in the future?
Okay, I'm a weird person. Like podcast people, like listen to me. Like I'm goofy, but I've been to Cyprus on a school kind of trip thing, like missions trip, sort of. Interesting though. I actually would like to have my ashes spread in Cyprus whenever I pass.
Oh Lord.
I really
Respect, I guess. Like, all right.
whenever I die someday, I would. It actually costs a lot of money to get cremated. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't. Like,
It's actually kind of like a few $1,000s.
Oh.
So I'm like, sheesh. I'm like, just toss me in the. This is so morbid for my pod. Just toss me in the bonfire and then scatter me.
this is like bougie though, like in a sense.
I like to be scattered on a little cliff in Cyprus, and then I always joke around that I would want like Kodak to officiate my funerals.
Okay.
Alan's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, no, this is so bad. Okay, anyways, we're just gonna ignore that ever happened. That was an ADHD moment. Yeah, so I've been to Cyprus, which is like a little island next to Greece. I've been to Hawaii over spring break. That was unreal. All over in the States. But I recently just got back from Sacramento and had a few work trips like in Denver and stuff.
Work trip, school flex.
Yeah, but hopefully going to Nashville for my birthday. But I definitely want to go back to Europe really bad. Definitely want to go to like Santorini or something, maybe Italy. I just love learning about different cultures, and it's just so beautiful in Europe. And the fashion there, it's just unreal,
Oh, you fit right in.
Yeah, and the
You
food
fit
is so
right in.
good. I know, man. Like.
That's crazy to think about. Like, no, I need to travel abroad because I feel like I'm missing out. Like,
You are missing out.
Some
Alan,
good
you
IG
would
content
literally
out
fit
there.
in. The likes, man.
Yeah.
No, for real. You would fit in so good there.
gotta
But-
make it happen. All right, so
Yeah.
to close us out, give us your favorite quote.
Favorite quote. Okay, so I was totally gonna do something like Michael Gary Scott, but where I'm at right now in life,
Yeah.
this is the quote.
Drop it.
Joe Dirt, life's a garden, dig it.
Dig it.
That's
Dig
the
it.
vibe. Dig it.
You got to.
I got my peace signs up. I'm vibing out. Life's a garden. Don't take everything too seriously. I mean, obviously stuff happens. People get hurt. Like, it's just things in life suck. Your car gets broken down.
Yeah,
You
it's the little
accidentally
things.
you hit somebody who's parked. I have no idea what that's like. But but life's a garden. Dig it. The show must go on.
Got to.
Yeah.
Got to. Great way to close us out, Morgan. I'd like to
Wow.
thank you, spending some intentional time with me.
Always.
Talking to the audience, getting to know you a little bit deeper. We appreciate
Yeah.
it, and best of luck with this upcoming season. I know you're going to kill it. Do your thing.
Thank you. I want to thank you again, Alan, for coming on the podcast and just kind of interviewing me.
No doubt.
I don't get interviewed a lot, so it means a lot. No, but seriously, yeah, I really appreciate it. And to everyone out there, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to this whole podcast. I know that I have kind of been a little inconsistent with the dropping of the episode, but I really appreciate everyone. I have so much love for everybody, and I'm so excited for where this is going to go. Just to give a glimpse into the future, I definitely see merch coming soon. I see some key interviews with some key leaders in Springfield, and I'm hopefully, some video content.
Let's get it.
I'm here for it. All right. Well, thank you so much for keeping up with Cash. Tune in for our next episode. XOXO. Cash Morgan. Bye.
See ya.